What's up, everybody? It's your favorite goddess king. It's your favorite pirate captain. It's your favorite auntie uncle. It's your favorite hood healer, high priestess, spiritual dominatrix, LadySpeech in the place to be. And I want to welcome you to my channel. You could be anywhere in the world. As a matter of fact, as I always say and acknowledge, you are somewhere in the world and you're choosing to share a little bit of time and space with me. So thank you for that. Now, if you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you're feeling any of this, if you're feeling any of me, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Why? So you can keep up with everything I'm putting down over here. Now, we've got another magic tips and tricks with LadySpeech video on our hands, darling. So let's dive right in. Welcome to another magic tips and tricks with your favorite pirate captain, LadySpeech. Like I said, today we're talking about four things that I think are essential when it comes to you stepping up your spiritual game and taking on more responsibility. Now, this could look like a whole lot. It could mean you're going to seminary school. It could mean you are initiating into a closed practice. It could mean it's time for you to step into your ancestor veneration era. It could mean the deities that have been oscillating around you are calling you to work with them. And it could look like, and it could mean all types of other things. But this video is for those of you who are contemplating the next step in your spiritual process. Okay, now, this is all my opinion. I've been at this for over 25 years, darling. Okay, I know a little something of what I'm talking about. But again, this is my opinion, and these are only 4 things. If you're interested in me expanding on this topic, let me know in the comments, because I got more tips and tricks, honey. I got more tips and tricks. But for now, let's get into these foundational 4. Shall we? First and foremost, are you ready to commit your time, your resources, which include your money, and parts of your lifestyle, or all of your lifestyle? Are you ready to commit? Whether you're thinking about initiating into an African traditional religion, into another initiatory faith, whether you were thinking about going to seminary school or working with a new deity, no matter how you are increasing your spiritual responsibilities, part of what you're going to need to ask yourself is, are you ready to commit, first and foremost, your time? Time in regards to meditation and or prayer, ritual, ceremony. Time in regards to the study of the faith itself and or whatever deities you may be working with. Time in regards to studying your own gifts as they come to fruition. Time in regards to studying yourself as a whole person. Are you ready to commit your time? Are you ready to commit your resources? Baby, I love what I do. And my spirituality and my faith has returned tenfold everything I have given to it, from time to money. But the money that I have spent, the money I will spend, baby, it's a commitment. I'm talking classes, okay? Books, okay? Crystals, altar supplies, okay? I'm talking offerings, all right? Ceremonial clothes. Oh, Lord, I got to dig out my ceremonial clothes now. I got a ritual coming up. Are you ready to commit? Are you ready to commit? Are you ready to commit your time, your resources, and your lifestyle? Something to think about. Are you ready to be held accountable and to heal? I said, are you ready to be held accountable and to heal? One thing's for certain, 2 things for sure. The spirits ain't human, and they ain't gonna come at you like they're human. When you get deep into your work with your deities, with your ancestors, with your spirits, when you mess up, they're gonna let you know. They're gonna be very loud and clear about it. Now, I can't speak for all the spirits in everybody's practice, but I'm going to say this. When I mess up, my spirits let me know that. And they also show me the ways in which I can improve where I was wrong and where I can make amends. But I am responsible for those actions. I'm responsible for doing the work and doing the things to move that and push that forward. I happen to have learned from some good teachers. I've had some whack ones, but I've happened to learn from some good teachers. And my teachers don't play about accountability and responsibility. I've always been made to show up in my greatness and in my mistakes. I didn't have room to deny where I was making mistakes. And this has shaped me into the type of leader, the type of teacher, the type of healer that can be held accountable when and if I make mistakes. I'm not going to run from it. And I also understand that me learning from the mistakes I make does not diminish my power, my knowledge, my wisdom, or my understanding. It means I made a mistake and I've given myself an opportunity to learn and grow and improve. Are you ready to heal? Are you ready to be held accountable? Are you ready to heal your trauma, your pain? Are you ready to be held accountable for where you are problematic, where you have become the oppressor? The deeper I have gotten into my spirituality, the more that I've learned about myself. The more that I have learned and discovered and been able to cultivate my greatness, my magnificence, and my divinity. And the more that I've learned how deep my shadow self goes. The great thing about that is not only did my faith in spirituality and increase taking on responsibility spotlight these things, they also gave me the resources to develop my greatness on the other hand, and on the other hand, heal what was wrong with me. Are you ready to heal? Are you ready to be held accountable? Are you ready to decolonize? The first few I talked about, a lot of people end up getting to and asking themselves and contemplating. This one is one that not a lot of people contemplate. Are you ready to decolonize? We are all affected by colonialism. And I know that in school you've been taught that colonialism was everything good for the world. If we really look at what's happening to the world, we will find that it's not. We are all going to show up in our faiths with colonizer energy and mentality. No matter what side of that you fall on, whether you in your ancestry and your people have traditionally been the ones to colonize, or whether you, your ancestors or your people have been the one that have been colonized, or whether you are coming from a space where you have ancestry from both, we all are showing up with societal colonizer energy, and that's going to be problematic. Admitting that before you commit to taking on more responsibility and being prepared for that and engaging in the act of decolonization will help you confront, heal, and process those moments and times when that happens. Are you ready to decolonize? This is part of that shadow work. This is part of that confronting work. This is part of that healing and self-accountability work I talked about earlier. And you can't do the decolonizing work unless you have the self-accountability work. Because as you're doing the decolonizing work, you're going to show up as a colonizer sometimes. You're going to be doing your work and you're going to be like, oh, there were moments when I was oppressive to someone else, or I was oppressive to myself. Decolonizing work is also the act of going through how we've been historically and traditionally hurt and taken from our traditions. The deeper you get into your spirituality, there's going to be a part of your journey, your spirit, where you're going to come to a space of, why didn't I have this information earlier at a different time? And that's going to require decolonization, because the answer is clear in there. You didn't have access to that information because of colonization. Are you ready to decolonize? Are you ready to decolonize? An important question to ask yourself on this journey that many people do not ask. Last but certainly not least, are you ready for the lifestyle change? From switching up who you date, food you eat, clothing you wear, from switching up your daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, birthday routine. Are you ready for the lifestyle change? Now, not all initiations, not all elevations into the next level of your spiritual practice are going to require any or dramatic lifestyle changes. But a lot of times it is required. For instance, for some African traditional religions, when you initiate into your priestesshood, and I'm simplifying things down to the layman's version for this video, but when it is time for you to initiate and walk your pathway into priestesshood, into priesthood, you can, and this isn't every African traditional religion, but oftentimes you'll engage in what is called the Year of White. Okay, I know that this is something that definitely happens within some parts of the Ifa tradition. Your Year of White, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a year where you are wearing all white clothing, okay? Now, each person who goes under their Year of White has a particular set of taboos and or rules to follow. And these things cover and touch every part of their life, okay? From their sexuality and whether or not they can engage in in having sex, to the things that they eat, the time of day they are seen, the type of work that they are able to engage in, okay? Now, this isn't just in African traditional religions or in more pagan religions, okay? I think about Orthodox Jewish people, okay? If you are someone who is converting into Orthodox Judaism, there's protocol you're gonna have to follow. If you are a woman, actually for men and women, one of the first things that comes to mind is dressing modestly, all right? Now, there are certain things that need to be worn for men and women in regards to your status and where you're at in the community. These things that are worn and the way that they are worn signal where you're at within the community, okay? Again, commitment, a lifestyle. The things you eat. Orthodox Jews follow the kosher code. So there are things that they can eat that the things that they eat have to be kosher, all right? So from organized religion to pagan religions to African traditional religions to New Age religions, all right? Oftentimes when you are taking on more spiritual responsibility, it's gonna require a lifestyle change, okay? Sometimes it's small, sometimes it's big. Are you ready to commit to this? I see a lot of people who want to get initiated into African traditional religions, and they want to get initiated for the aesthetics. But as someone who's been behind the scenes for a while, darling, it's not a game to play. And this is something that you honestly need to be called into, all right? The reason why I think that asking yourself stopping to ask yourself all of these questions is important is because the spirit world is nothing to play with. Now, can you have fun and play in and with the spirit world and the occult? Yes. There are fun times to be had, honey. It's not all seriousness, okay? But the spirit world is nothing to play with, all right? This is not something that you engage with the spirits and just drop them without consequence. Oh, no. This is something that once you know what you know, you will be held accountable for what you know by the spirits. In the beginning of social media, especially when Instagram was coming into being and all of these communities were connecting and finding each other, I saw a lot of people, and you could see it a lot on TikTok in regards to witch talk. I saw a lot of people reach out and find each other via social media, which is great. But then what I started to see is a lot of people who attach themselves to the spiritual lifestyle because of the aesthetics. And they started doing all of the aesthetic things when it comes to the occult lifestyle. But the crazy thing also, what was happening is that they were messing with and dealing with very real spirits from a very superficial perspective. They were taking on things like initiation. They were taking on things and stepping into taking on more spiritual responsibilities by summoning and dealing with these deities, not understanding the seriousness of what they were doing. And I watch people daily, weekly, yearly, on a regular basis mess themselves all the way up, curse and hex themselves, curse and hex their own lineage because they entered into an agreement that they didn't understand the seriousness of. So as you find yourself on your journey and you are called into taking on more spiritual responsibility, no matter what this looks like, I want you to stop and contemplate the things that we have spoken about in this video. In my opinion, these things will help you make a better, a more solid, and more informed decision as you are elevating on your spiritual path. If you made it to the end of this video, gold star for you, baby. I don't want to take up all of your time. I just want to take up a little bit of your time, and I was successful in that endeavor. Let me know in the comments if this video was helpful for you. Let me know if you resonated with this video, as you are someone who's taken on more spiritual responsibility and taken the next steps in your spiritual practice. Let me know if these things resonated with you. If you've done these things before, how did they benefit you? Or have you been someone who's taken on more spiritual responsibility and not done any of these things? How did that work out for you? Let us know in the comments, baby. And let me know if you want me to continue to talk about this, because I got some things to say, honey. I got some more magic tips and tricks for you, honey. Now, with all that being said, now it's time to say goodbye to all my magical friends. First and foremost, thank you for surviving. This world is crazy. I definitely be wanting to walk off the planet every other day. So thank you for surviving. Hell, I'm saying that to myself. Thank you for surviving, King. Because it's wild out here in these streets, okay? Okay, now, you know what to do. And if you don't, I'm about to tell you. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you're feeling any of this, if you're feeling any of me, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, baby. And hit that notification bell so you can keep up with everything I'm putting down over here. Now, God, Goddess, Loa, Orisha, spirits willing, I'm going to see you in the next video. Mwah. Peace.